I'm Pete Mundo. We're Heartland College Sports. It is so great to have you here as a part of the show. Thank you for being here. If you're on the YouTube channel, well, you know what to do. Thumbs up, subscribe. Same thing with the podcast. Thank you for doing that. And as always, we appreciate our radio affiliates. Let me give you 3 picks now for Week 8 in the Big 12. Quick drink, and we'll keep it going. I should have put a sticker over that can so you didn't see the logo. I don't like to give away free advertising like that, but shame on me. I didn't think of it till late. All right, here we go. I've got a lock, an underdog, and a bad bet for you. The picks went 2-1 last week. I hit Cincinnati +3 at UCF. I hit Colorado +4.5 against Kansas State, and I lost Arizona +4 against BYU. For this week, I've got 3 more picks for you. My underdog, Arizona State +5 against Cincinnati. So what happened here is Sam Leavitt, it was announced, was going to miss the game, and a bunch of money poured in on Cincinnati. To me, that's a mistake. I don't believe the drop-off to Jeff Sims is what some people are making it out to be. And a lot of people also are looking at this game and they are saying what? Well, when teams travel 2 time zones this year, it has not been good for them. I'm just looking at this and I'm saying to myself, Cincinnati's been solid, right? We know what they are. We know what they've been. But they have not played the schedule. They have not played the quality opponents that Arizona State has played so far this year. Cincinnati beat a bad Houston team when Donovan Smith was still at quarterback. They beat a banged-up and UCF team that didn't have a quarterback last week. They lost to Texas Tech. Arizona State also lost to Tech, but beat KU and then got a big win over Utah this past week. And by the way, that game was on a Friday night, so they've got an extra day of rest, which should not be overlooked. Arizona State has been great against the spread, 5-1 in their last 6 games. Meantime, Cincinnati, how about this for a little tidbit for you? Cincinnati is 3-11 against the spread in their last 14 home games. Considering the home field advantage of Nippert Stadium, and it is very loud at Nippert Stadium, considering that home field advantage, that is a really underwhelming number. But the biggest reason here for me is that I believe this Arizona State defense can travel and can really make things difficult for Cincinnati. Arizona State's defensive efficiency is second best in the Big 12, behind BYU and ahead of Iowa State. I mean, that's damn impressive. And you've got a Cincinnati team that offensively has been in the top 3 in terms of just overall offensive efficiency, which is impressive, but I don't think they've played a defense like Arizona State to date. In fact, I know they haven't played a defense like Arizona State to date. They've played some of the worst defenses in the Big 12. They played UCF at the very bottom. Tech has been okay, middle of the pack. And, Houston also middle of the pack. But this is by far the best defense that Cincinnati will have faced so far this season. And for Arizona State, I think that defense will keep them very much in this game. And then I'm also looking at Arizona State's rushing game to step up, and that's where Cam Scatterbo comes into the equation here. This Arizona State rushing attack is averaging over 5 yards a carry. That's 3rd right now in the Big 12 Conference, 193 yards a game. And by the way, these are all throughout conference play. I don't use the overall data because the non-conference games always skew the numbers for the most part. So Arizona State's 3rd in the Big 12 in yards per carry in 3 conference games, right? That's pretty darn impressive. Cincinnati is getting crushed on the ground. They are giving up 5.3 yards a carry. That is 3rd worst in the Big 12 Conference. So give me Cincinnati to cover the 5 points as my underdog of the week. Next up, I'll give you a bad bet, all right? My bad bet is TCU +3 at Utah. I know TCU's coming off a bye. I know that Cam Rising's out. I'm not touching TCU. I'm just not doing it. I don't trust him. I'm not convinced Sonny Dykes has a feel for this team. Texas Tech, or TCU, excuse me, is 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games. Now, Utah's not been good. They've been 1-4 in their last five games against the spread. So that's not good for Utah. But I'm just telling you, I have such little faith in TCU right now. And a bunch of money poured in on TCU this week, once again, because of the quarterback situation at Utah. But it's not like Isaac Wilson hasn't been playing. I mean, he started a bunch of games. He's been playing. It's not like you're pulling a guy right off the bench who has no idea what he's doing. That's not the case for Isaac Wilson. He's home. It's a late night game that overwhelmingly benefits Utah in this spot. TCU has not gone into this environment before in Salt Lake City. So while there's more bets coming in on TCU, it's all driven by just, well, Cam Rising's out, so I'm going to bet the underdog. I'm not doing that here. I would not touch TCU -3. I will go on the other side of this, and I will take Utah -3. So the bad bet that I've got in the Big 12 this week is going to be TCU +3. Don't touch it. I'm on the other side, Utah -3. And then my lock of the week. It's dicey because I'm going with the road team as a favorite. But if you've been watching the show, you might know where I'm going here. I alluded to it earlier. And that is Kansas State -3 at West Virginia. West Virginia doesn't beat good teams. Neil Brown doesn't beat good teams. There's nothing to suggest that that is going to begin on Saturday. Kansas State right now is doing an outstanding job, especially on the ground. They are the best rushing team in the Big 12. Now, you might say to yourself, well, West Virginia's got a good run defense, and they have played very good run defense in the Big 12. No doubt about it, they have. They're right now second in the Big 12 in yards allowed per carry at 3.6. However, they have not seen a rushing attack like what they are about to see. They bottled up Ollie Gordon. That was great. Oklahoma State stinks. Kansas was still trying to figure itself out when they met a couple of weeks ago. What I saw from West Virginia is a team that is vulnerable on both sides of the ball. I saw them get bottled up by the Iowa State defense last week, and I'm not convinced that's going to be any different against this Kansas State team. Their best bet is to let Garrett Green try to work the ball down the field because Kansas State's secondary is where it struggles. But running the ball, I mean, Kansas State has the best rush defense in the Big 12. They're giving up 2.5 yards a carry on the ground and 63 yards a game. That's half of what West Virginia's given up on the ground. So that's how good that run defense has been. And if you've got to allow Garrett Green to try to win the game through the air, that's not what they want to do. West Virginia does not want to play from behind. That's not how they're built. They're built to use the run to set up the pass, not the other way around. So give me Kansas State as my lock of the week, -3 in the Big 12 Conference for this matchup in Week 8 against the West Virginia Mountaineers. And I will also add this, while West Virginia continues to struggle against good teams, they are also 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games. I'll take Chris Kleiman. So my lock of the week is Kansas State -3 against West Virginia. My underdog is Arizona State +5 at Cincinnati. And my bad bet, TCU +3 at Utah. That means I'm on Utah -3. I'm Pete Mundo on HeartlandCollegeSports.com. Thank you, as always, for being here, for being a part of the show. We appreciate you. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up on the video. It might sound silly if that's how you consume the show, but it is a huge way to help us keep growing. And boy, you have done an amazing job of that. So thank you. Everything we do is free. That's the only thing I ask. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Also, same thing on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. Go Big 12. Enjoy Week 8. We'll talk to you soon. We've got the reaction show on Sunday. Another reason you got to subscribe to HeartlandCollegeSports.com, and we'll see you on the website and on the forums. Have a great day.